So up next, we have a presentation from Mont Royal Resources with the ticker code MRZ, a company fast-tracking exploration across two greenstone belts located in the Tier 1 mining jurisdiction of Quebec, Canada. To tell us more, today I'm joined by Executive Director Pete Ruse.
Thanks, Jane, and thank you for you and your team for having me on today. Mont Royal Exploration company has been listed now for 2.5 years. The business was set up really from the point of view of a true eagerness and desire to take advantage of Quebec in eastern Canada as a really exciting exploration destination, which quite frankly has been massively underexplored and by undercapitalized junior companies, particularly on the TSXV. Look, a very tight capital structure. We've raised capital just once since IPO, 67 million shares on issue. We're very well funded at the moment into 2023 with $4 million at bank, and we sit with a very attractive $9 million enterprise value, $13 million market cap. Getting back to the genesis of the business, Michael O'Keefe joins me on the board, along with Gary Lawler. Michael probably doesn't need much introduction to the Aussie capital markets, known well for a very successful transaction with Riversdale Coal, as well as Riversdale Resources. Riversdale Coal sold to Rio Tinto in the around 2012, I believe. Very successful result. He currently chairs Champion Iron, which is obviously a very successful iron ore production business. Michael is based in Montreal, and I'm based in London. I'm regularly over in Canada with our counterparties and our project operators. Gary Lawler is a corporate lawyer, also sits on the board of Champion Iron as well, which rounds out a very tight and neat, lean board, and that's generally how we like it, with very low G&A expenses. Look, diving into the projects, we started our entry into Quebec with the Wapatik project. We are farming into Wapatik to earn 70% interest by spending money in the ground. It is operated by a TSXV company called Azimut Exploration. Azimut are very well known. They're known as project. They're known as effectively a large technical team, project allocators, where they effectively have got excellent relationships with all levels of government, and they actually have a very large library of their own IP, which effectively screens thousands or hundreds upon hundreds of projects to define what they believe is good and worthy of spending capital and putting capital into the ground. We entered that agreement approximately 18 months, coming up to 2 years ago, and we have so far spent approximately $2.5 million in the ground. We've just completed our 3rd campaign of drilling with Azimut as operator, which has actually returned a very attractive discovery hole, which was reported to the market back in at the beginning of July this year, which included 3.3 meters of just under 2.7% nickel, 1.3% copper, and some cobalt. The strategy in the project all started off from complete greenfield, so this is a complete virgin discovery, which we're all very proud of, and we have followed on with 2 extra campaigns of drilling. We continue to be very encouraged by what we're seeing there. We are waiting for results to come back from the phase 3 assays, which we hope to be back before the end of the calendar year. As I said, Wapatik is located in the lower Eastmain greenstone belt. The Northern Lights projects are in the upper Eastmain greenstone belt, and they are comprised of three main assets in that collection. It's a much larger land package, and really for the past year, our attention has been mainly focused on the Eastmain Loran project, which I'll dive into in a few extra slides down the presentation. But that is we carried out a very extensive soil survey to effectively hone in on our maiden drill program there since entering into the option on that property. And the Taku project, we carried out some geophysics. So we did a ground EM survey, which has uncovered 8 conductors, which are effectively drill ready. Both of those projects at Northern Lights, we can carry out drilling in the winter, and a lot of work is being done at the moment to be prepared to take advantage of that. So, yeah, progress today. You can see here we've completed just under 4,000 metres of drilling at Wapatik. Again, no operational issues. Azimut are an excellent operator. We have a fantastic working relationship with them. We regularly meet a couple of times a month in technical committee meetings, and we are very happy with the operational progress of that joint or of that option agreement that we're in. Once we reach the 50% interest in this asset, which will be once we spend 4 million Canadian, which we're not far from, there'll be a decision to take over operatorship if we choose to, or maintain Azimut as the operator, and then we have the exclusive right to go to 70% of the asset by spending an additional $3 million. So yeah, this is obviously explaining our maiden discovery. I'd encourage the listeners and viewers to go back to the press release that was put out on June 30 this year, which obviously details that in more detail. We're very proud of this. Obviously, this discovery. It is actually ranked as one of the, if not the best, nickel intersection in the James Bay region ever recorded, which obviously we're proud of. However, we're very focused on trying to delineate the source of the mineralisation by carrying out these follow-up programs. So what we've seen in the phase 2 hasn't delivered the exact grade we wanted to see. However, we are seeing a lot of smoke there, and we're also seeing that we're in a nickel mineralized system, and nickel sulfide ore bodies, as all viewers would probably be well aware, they do take a lot of drilling and a lot of good fortune. But at the same time, we are still seeing grade in every hole, and we are working hard to delineate the source of the mineralisation. These intrusive ore bodies typically are very steeply dipping, and they are low tonnage, high grade resources. And again, I'd encourage viewers to go onto our website where we have a couple of analogues. There is an asset owned by Lundin Mining in the state of Michigan called the Eagle Mine, which our operator Azimut think that we have a lookalike ore body potentially, all things going to plan, similar to what they have there, which is around a 5 million tonne ore body at around 3 to 3.5% nickel. However, we're at way down at the early stage of that spectrum. The third phase of drilling, as I said, is complete, waiting for assay results. Assay results turnaround has actually improved significantly, which is pleasing. They were very slow during COVID. This again just shows the drilling that we've completed throughout the calendar year to date. Recently we were very pleased to announce that we have actually through field work, which was carried out in the autumn months, we found a completely new lookalike surface discovery with a magnetic footprint of 1,000 metres by 400 metres, which is almost completely similar to what we found with the first anomaly, or the first intrusive surface discovery where we've been drilling today. So it's on the property. It's 2 kilometres to the north. We're going to be carrying out some more geophysics on that to identify the conductors that we want to go ahead and drill. That can all take place in the winter months, which is very pleasing. So we don't want to sit still. We want to keep going ahead and delineating that. So yeah, look forward to keeping the market updated on that second feature at Wapatik, which is very encouraging. The final thing I'll leave on the Wapatik project is the gold potential. So we did actually enter into this asset initially with a gold and copper focus. And obviously the nickel discovery has been a fantastic development, showing that it obviously has got base metal potential as well as precious. We reported to the market recently that we've had some very nice high-grade surface results, which we plan to carry out more exploration on by way of IP survey throughout the winter, which will lead into drilling at the gold at the gold targets. Which, looking at that map there, you'll see that there's a high concentration of those results on the left-hand side of the screen, or the western side of the map. So that will be our focus coming out of the winter season. But at the same time, we can carry out IP in the winter, which we will carry out. So yeah, so look, this really goes through what I've just described, which will be some more drilling at the existing nickel, copper, cobalt feature. There'll be gold exploration, which I've just explained, an IP survey, and some more geophysics. So a busy winter season, which is obviously the March 23 quarter, and then a lot of work will flow into the spring and summer season up in Canada, getting into the Northern Lights collection of projects. So as explained, it's approximately 300 kilometres away northeast, and it's in the upper Eastmain greenstone belt as I've described. So yeah, so here's a map of our tenures that we own. We represent everything that has a red boundary around it, which is the Taku, the Ruby Hill East Extension, the CR projects, and they are all 100%. Well, sorry, they're all 75% owned with a 25% partner, which we are funding through to a decision to mine. And the Dios project, which you'll see right there in the middle, and the Focus Graphite project, which is actually called the Eastmain Loran project, are under option. As I said, the Eastmain Loran project, which is that project up in the northeast corner, that's really taken up most of our focus in the back half of 2022. We've carried out a pretty large soil survey there, with the view that we want to expedite a drill program as soon as practically possible in the winter. Assays have been incredibly slow there, but they're not far away now. We're hoping they'll be with us in a few weeks' time, at least the first batch of them. But we have actually stayed busy there with carrying out a very extensive desktop study because there has been quite a lot of historical exploration on this asset. And look, we'll be targeting particularly copper and nickel ore bodies here as well. There's also been some really interesting work done on the lithium potential on this property too. Early days, but we hope to sort of delineate that and obviously provide more information as it becomes available. But a drill program of five diamond holes in the winter will be the first activity you'll see here. That's being planned at the moment, along with the final collation of the desktop study, including the soil sample results. So Taku project, I won't spend long on this, but we carried out some geophysics in the back part of the winter of 2022, so March this year. If you move to the next slide, please, I'll focus in on the target area number 2, which is where we carried out that geophysics. We've defined 8 shallow conductors where which all are now drill ready. We feel that this is equally prospective as the Eastmain Loran project. However, we're waiting for conditions to be suitable to go out and drill that. Our neighbour Ben's Mining, we have a good relationship with, and we have access to their camp for our personnel and for logistics, fuel, helicopter pad. So that's actually quite a short journey from the camp to get access to that project for drilling. So yeah, keep posted on this one. Again, all things equal, we hope to be drilling that in the winter of 2023 as well. So yeah, so look, I'll round out there. I'm conscious of time, but look, we have fantastic partners. We've got good technical people on the ground. We've had a really exciting discovery at Wapatik, which we hope to really continue to follow up and delineate where the source of this high-grade nickel is. We have all confidence in our partner in Azimut. The Eastmain Loran project has got a lot of smoke. We're very excited about that, and very excited to drill the Taku project equally. So what you'll see, I think, is a series of drill programs, ongoing geophysics, which will keep generating new targets. We're not afraid to drill holes at this company. We are also really encouraged by by the development that the Canadian government and the recent development in the flow-through capital markets as well, that is offering attractive premium, raising capital via flow-through capital, which a couple of Australian companies with Canadian projects have been taking advantage of. This initiative is actually for companies that are exploring for critical metals, which we of course apply for, whereby with our nickel and our copper exploration. So look, with that in mind, I'll pass back over to you, Jane. Thank you for the opportunity to talk today.
Wonderful, thank you. And Pete, thanks for the great presentation. We've run slightly over time, but I'm going to jump into one question from a Twitter user. So although you're focused on obviously the Wapatik and the Northern Lights project, is there potential for any further project acquisitions in the region?
Yeah, look, absolutely. Thanks for the question. Absolutely. We have a board that is obviously has a deep experience in M&A and also acquiring projects. We are always screening new projects. We feel at the moment we've got a lot on our plate, but at the same time, if the right thing comes along, we've always got things, we're always in the data and looking at things. So yeah, the answer is yes. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Pete. That's all we do have time for today.
Thanks so much.
We do encourage webinar attendees to reach out by the contact details on the bottom of the ASX releases if you've got any other further questions. But thank you, Pete.
Thank you. Bye now.